yeah, it's time for a very necessary conversation about the Nintendo Switch. What's going on, people? It's your boy, Boss Tots in this bitch. You already know. Now I waited. I watched the Switch reveal. Then I thought, you know what? I'm not going to put the video up. I'm not going to do something which I'm going to have to take back. Let me just wait. Let me fall back and let me see what the hell happens. Then a couple of days ago, you had the Switch live stream. Before I get any hate, I have a PlayStation Pro. Had that at launch. Have an Xbox One. I had at launch. Have an Xbox One S, I also had at launch. Rebought the Xbox One S because my old one died. Had the Wii U, so don't hate. First thing I want to say is, the Wii U, as far as I'm concerned, was an underrated console. It was quite innovative for its time. Okay, the screen was 480p, but who cared? At the end of the day, it was playability, that had some really good games on it. I liked it. That being said, we're not here about that. We're here about the Nintendo Switch. I'm going to talk about things I liked, and then I'm going to talk about things I didn't like. One thing I will say is that the Nintendo Switch is innovative. They've taken all the good elements from the Wii U and discarded all of the shit ones. I love that it's a handheld too. I like the fact that you can have two-player gaming without the need to really buy another gamepad or whatever they're called. The other thing is it offers something entirely different from the PlayStation and the Xbox. There's nothing wrong with that. It's coming soon in this bitch, which is always a good thing. Definitely doesn't look premium, but it looks slick. Definitely looks slick. A couple of months back, I saw the gameplay of Zelda and Mario, and it looked a bit choppy. It looked a bit unstable. The frame rate was dipping somewhat. But from what I've seen the other day, it looks smooth as hell as a handheld and as a console. Very unique that you can call up a friend and say, listen, I'm gonna come over with a Nintendo Switch. All you've got is a handheld, pull that shit apart, and you guys can game. Now, there are a couple of motion games that look very interesting. I can't remember whether there was a Wii Sports, but if there is, that's gonna be a killer app. What I like about Nintendo is that they are so different from the other consoles. The OS is different. The presentation is totally different. The features are totally different. Yeah, that's what I liked about the Wii U, to be honest. Another good point is, it's coming soon. It's coming in March. 3rd of March in this bitch. God damn! That shit's just around the corner. The negatives. I don't really give a shit about the resolution of things. As long as it looks good, are you really going to know it's 1080p or even 4K on a 6.5 inch screen? And you guys got to remember, and I see a lot of hate regarding the resolution. Picture quality owns resolution every single time. Picture quality looked great. Other people saying, my phone, 1080p screen. Why can't Nintendo do that? Here's the thing. You can say that and you can do your comparison. And let's talk about the Switch specifically as a handheld console for a sec. Do you see this playing console games? Console games. No, you don't. You see this playing apps, yeah? Watered down stuff, which is great, but you're not going to see this play console games. And secondly, this phone is £1,000. So let's stop with these comparisons. It just doesn't make sense. Nintendo got a shit ton of money. They can afford to have a couple more flops in terms of consoles. But on a purely gaming reputation level, they can't afford to have any more flops. People are still tainted. They've still got that bad taste in their mouth regarding the Wii U. As good or as bad as that console was, it was still a failure in the end. This is what's so crazy. The Switch is innovative, but at the same time, it's also dated. On a presentation level, I think it's innovative. On a graphical level, it's behind. You've got consoles that are outputting at 4K, whether it's upscaled or what have you. It's not a case of whether 4K is better than 720p or whatever that is, but we're talking tech. On a tech level, Nintendo is very, very far behind. This is what the Wii should have been at that time. 32 gigabyte storage. God damn! You know Zelda's 13 gigs by itself, right? I don't know whether it installs the game onto the hard drive or whatever, but that's a problem. The competition's base models start at 500 gigs. Come on, man. This shit sounds ridiculous. Now they're saying that when mobile, the Switch has a 2 to 6 hour battery life. Number one, that's bullshit. It may have a 2 to 6 hour battery life when maybe you got it in your pocket carrying it around in this bitch. But real world situation, they already done said, your Switch is gonna die in 2.5 hours running Zelda. Nintendo themselves have said this. God damn! 2.5 hours? That's me taking a shit. Well, not really. But you know what I'm saying, 2.5 hours? Shit! And most of the games that you guys are gonna be playing are gonna be console games. right? Which is great for a handheld, but you're gonna get 2.5 hours out of that bitch. That's crazy. And they got 2 games at launch. 2 games at launch. They showed off a lot of other games which look great. At the time I'm doing this video, no release date window. We may have these 2 games for the whole of 2017. That shit's messed up. When have you heard of a console coming out with just 2 launch games? Has that ever happened? I don't even know. Charging for online play. I wouldn't mind so much, but here is the problem now. The Nintendo Switch here in the UK, £279.99. I'll tell you why people have this problem with the price. Because you know, Nintendo's stock done dropped 6% since the Switch event, okay? And I'll tell you what the problem is. Number one, Nintendo, you need to fire whoever's in your marketing department because you are shit at this. Maybe it's arrogance. Maybe they feel, okay, you know, people love our games, which is true. People love your games. I love your games. And maybe you're just like resting on your rep. You're only as good as your last shift, and your last shift was the Wii U. This is not a console that can also be a handheld. That's where I feel you fucked up. Nintendo, I love you, but you fucked up. What the Nintendo Switch is a handheld which doubles as a console. You got the marketing back to front. If you presented this as a handheld, everyone's perception would have been totally different towards this. But you got mostly people who are disappointed or lukewarm on it because you presented it as a console. Your marketing has shown the benefits of having it as a handheld. And you've got some great features to this. But you are selling it and pricing it and presenting it as a console. It's not a console. You can use it as a console. It's a damn handheld, goddammit. Shit pisses me off. Not only are you going to take £279 from me, what you're going to give me is a handheld that doubles as a console and no games bundled in. God damn! Games separately are like £50-55 in this bitch. So what you're saying to me is I'm going to end up paying $325. Firstly, it's overpriced. In the UK, it should be $200. In the US, $225. The price it's too expensive. Not to mention the price of the accessories. You know how expensive some of these accessories are. I nearly lost my mind. So I don't know. Yes, it's innovated. Yes, it's last gen. Get out of your head that's a console, it's a handheld. If I look at it as a handheld, it's a very nice handheld. Nintendo has had great success with handheld consoles. You can pull the shit apart and you can play with your friends. That's another really cool feature. People saying screen too small, not really. Look, how many times you shown your friend a YouTube video or something on your phone? Look, it'll be fine. Now they've got Skyrim and all these other games coming out, but a lot of these games we already done played and completed on the other consoles. I got so many mixed feelings about this, and that's not a good way to be about the consoles. At the time of me posting the video, we don't know any of the specs. What's under the hood, we don't know. Does it matter? Not really. It doesn't really matter because if you look at it as a handheld, you shouldn't expect much. But if you're looking at it as a console, you're going to be disappointed with whatever they say it's got underneath that bitch. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to review that bitch. I won't not pick it up. I can't. I have to. I've pre-ordered it. I've got to buy that bitch. My feelings are so mixed towards it, just like everyone else's. And there's killer features on this bitch, but it's mixed. I don't know what else to say. If you're into your gaming and stuff, look, give me your thoughts on a Nintendo Switch. Are you going to pick one up? Are you not? Are you hesitant? Why are you hesitant? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? I love gaming. I could get the Switch and be totally blown away, but the way it's looking right now, it's got me very, very tentative in this bitch. That's pretty much it, guys. Anyway, hit the like button if you liked the video. If you disliked it, then hit the dislike button. But make sure you subscribe. You can dislike it, but subscribe in this bitch. Take care, guys. I'ma catch you next time.